Hey guys, welcome back to the Locker Room Podcast, episode 14. This week we're reviewing the West, as you can probably see. Joined again by Lachie.
What's going on, mate?
Oh, not much. I like Sharpy's look again. He's going back.
Yeah, he's looking really good. He's got the upside down face mask going.
Protecting everything but his mouth and nose. And obviously
correct.
we're joined by Sharpy.
Hello.
Hello. We're going to go with a different order here. So we're going to go from the top teams first because I think that's a bit more interesting. So we'll get into it. First team is Utah, 52 and 20. Before I get into it, remember that it's an 82 game season. So this was 72 games. Utah went 52 and 20 and their over under is 53 and a half.
Oh, don't mind that.
They've got Rudy Gay, Hassan Whiteside, and Eric Pascal new signings for
them. I think they'll still be good. Obviously. Yeah, Donovan obviously going to be carrying the load there a little bit too. Your man Jingle and Joe. But no, I think they'll be. They've got to get over that hurdle though. They need to start winning more games and more playoff games and start challenging. Obviously it's going to be quite tough with a few of the teams in the West. But yeah, they need to start challenging for titles and things like that now with Donovan and Rudy getting into their prime. And yeah, I think now's their time if they're going to do anything.
Sharpy?
Yes. I like the Jazz, especially like their bench as well. It's going to be interesting to see how they go. Jared Butler, maybe, and Jordan Clarkson. I think the acquisition of Eric Pascal was really good, especially for only like a second round pick, I think. So, like what Lachie said, they're going to need to be getting over that hurdle. So,
I don't know if they make top three. I think they might clinch the fourth spot just going off some of the teams in the West, but I don't think they'll get top two.
I think because you got the Warriors coming back as well, which
we'll exactly
get into later.
Yeah.
So do we reckon over or under 53 and a half?
Oh, I reckon it's going to be. I reckon it's a pretty good over and under. Actually, I reckon that'll be. That's whereabouts they'll sit.
I reckon it'll be under just.
I reckon it'll be over.
Ooh.
Just. I've got under
by game.
Well.
Yeah. All right, moving on to the next.
Yeah, it's on.
I'll let Sharpy take this one first. So it's the Suns. Their last season's record 51 and 21, and their over under is 50 and a half this year. And obviously they signed Alfred Payton, so we'll go to Sharpy first.
Well, with him and their team, their defense is going down easily.
They're getting heaps of assists.
They're getting first seed, aren't they?
I think they were unlucky last year in the finals and that. So obviously not win, especially with that injury to Dario Saric. Was injured.
Yeah.
I thought he was really playing well. So
yeah,
but
they just ran into an absolute man possessed.
You can't do much with Giannis.
Yeah,
I'd like to see Cam Johnson step up again this year a bit more. So and obviously Chris Paul.
Do you think Ayton deserves the max contract yet?
Well, with everyone else getting that contract, especially like Michael Porter Jr.
Correct.
And no offense, but at the moment, SGA also getting that contract. It's you kind of expect him to get something like that as well.
I feel like he's because he's gone through, like he had the drug cheating problem or whatever, like it's something to do with that. Yeah, I think he's still got to prove himself a little bit to make up for those sorts of off-court issues that he's had early on in his career, in my opinion. That's what I'd be thinking. But in terms of talent, like he's probably as talented, if not more talented than both of those guys. But it'll be eventually he will deserve one. If he keeps going on the path that he is, he definitely will down the track. But right now, I don't think he does.
I think someone's going to offer it to him, whether it's the Suns or not. I think he's probably got a pivotal role in that team. He's probably the barometer nearly, because I mean, obviously Booker and Chris Paul are the two main pieces, but if DeAndre Ayton isn't on. The Suns aren't really on. So, I mean, you saw him.
They've seen that final series too.
Yeah, he couldn't handle Giannis, and Giannis just ran all over him. They just didn't know what to do. So
I think like getting someone like JaVale McGee, when they brought in like JaVale
Mm.
McGee, just a shot blocker who's going to be there with his
Yeah.
paint presence and everything. And you got to realize Ayton, Booker, Mikal Bridges, they're all under 25 with Mikal Bridges being 25. But
what's
no, they're-
Booker's contract there?
he signed I think an extension.
He didn't
couple
sign a
years
max.
ago.
It was just a short. It was 3 or 4 years, wasn't it?
I think it was a max.
Oh, there you go.
I'm pretty sure he signed a max a couple years ago.
I remember there was massive doubt about whether he was actually going to leave or not. Lucky he didn't, obviously. But so 50.5. What are we saying?
I've got him over 50. Yeah.
Lucky?
Yeah, I've got him over 50 as well.
Yeah,
Definitely, I reckon.
I'll go.
I reckon they'll be up around the Jazz's numbers, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they'll be above the Jazz. Just.
I've probably got him about third seed, maybe.
Yeah.
So,
So next is the Nuggets, 47-25 last year, and the over/under is 47.5. Considering Jamal Murray, or however you want to say it, is out. Jamal
Jesus
Jamal.
Christ.
Jamal Murray is probably out for 3/4 of the seasons or half the season at least.
Yeah.
I don't think they've made any big signings. Obviously, they've signed Michael Porter Jr. to the max, and Aaron Gordon got a 4-year, 70-something mil or 90 mil contract, which was a bit ridiculous after last year. But Lachie, where do you see the Nuggets falling?
Yeah, the Joker's going to have to go like full God mode for them to get anywhere near that, I think. Well, they're still good enough. Don't get me wrong, they're still good enough. But yeah, he's going to have to, the workload he's going to have to take. Then, yeah, Aaron Gordon's going to have to step up. And now Porter Jr. is going to have to as well. And if he doesn't, then, yeah, there's a lot of pressure that comes with money like that.
Yeah.
So he's gonna have to prove that he can play with that.
Sharpy, anything to add?
yeah, well, like with the Jamal Murray injury, he's not going to be there. He's going to have someone like Bones Highland stepping up, and what he played like a couple of days ago in pre-season, he can play well at the point guard spot. He can score well, can pass the ball well, which I like. So I think they're still going to be okay without Murray. I think, especially if Porter Jr. steps up this year, I think with that contract, you're going to have to big time. Like you're going to have to, because you're going to have a lot of pressure on you as well, not just from your team, but from everyone, like on social media and everything. Like, oh, this guy's just got a big contract and he's not doing anything. So
yeah,
you also got to stay consistent.
A lot of it's going to come down to the end of the year, like where I think, like you said, Sharpie, they're going to be good enough still, and they're going to be all right, but it's going to come down to where they finish and who they play in the first round.
And you can't forget Jokic MVP. Like,
Yeah.
Still a gun.
That's what I was going to bring up.
People forget about that. He won the MVP last year.
Well, I was checking the odds the other day. I don't even know if he's like top 10 or not in the MVP odds, which is, I think he was like, he was just outside, but
I think
ridiculous.
it's because there's more, there's like less of a chance of him going back to back.
I think we'll do that next week, and we'll go through all the awards and stuff.
Yeah, I feel like he was sort of overshadowed by how good Giannis was in the finals too.
Yeah,
and I think
at the end of the season.
Sorry.
No, all good. Because Giannis was just that good at the end of the year and in the final series, they're all just like, this guy's the best player in the world. And then everyone just forgot about that he was actually the MVP.
And it probably didn't help that they got swept by the Suns. So
correct. But yeah, the injury didn't help.
Yeah,
it's also gonna be interesting on how Bol comes through again this year.
He's a perimeter player.
He took strides in his game last year. So
yeah, so over or under 47.5. What do we got?
I probably got him bang on.
Yeah,
47.
I'd probably go just under.
Yeah, I
bang on 47.
I reckon it's under as well. Fourth
The line's
seed.
47.5 though, Sharpie. You can't be bang on. You got to be one or the
No,
other.
I said 47. Though. I said 47.
The line's 47.5.
Fine, under. There you go.
Yeah,
Happy?
there we go. All right, so we have the Clippers next. 47 wins for 25 losses, and the over under for them is 45.5. Surprisingly,
Under.
yep.
They're jokers. They're jokers.
They're a bunch of pretenders.
I think Paul George can have a breakout season.
Shut up.
I honestly think he'll be a top 5 MVP candidate if they are to make the playoffs.
I'm never doing this podcast again.
Well, I mean, they've got Bledsoe in. Obviously, Kawhi's out for the season, but
woohoo!
Yeah, but I don't know. I think it's obviously going to be under, but I think Paul George, like when he was at Indiana, he had a great season. When he was at OKC, he was top 3 in MVP. So I think what he showed in the playoffs, arguably late last year, I think he kind of got rid of the playoff P name, gave it to Porzingis.
Pandemic P, you mean?
Pandemic P, sorry. But yeah, I think they'll go under, but I think they'll get the playoffs just, or the play in at least. Anyone else got comments on this?
Oh, I reckon you're good with what you said there. I like it.
Lachie
I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing Brendan Boston Jr. this year coming out of Kentucky. Obviously to the Clippers. I'm gonna be looking forward to seeing him play. So
I don't like Terrence Mann one bit though. That's one player I just don't like.
I'm happy with his story of what happened.
What happened?
Where he got the call, I think it was him. He was about to get on a plane and his phone was on like 1% or something. He got an invite to join like a G League tryout or something. Jeez. Before he got on a plane, and his phone was on 1%, so he nearly died. So he could have missed that call.
Imagine. If only that happened, I would have been a lot happier. All right. 5th seed, Mavs finished 42-30 last year. The over-under is 48.5. Now, obviously, new coach and kid got Frank the Tank Ntilikina, Moses Brown, and obviously Doncic signed the max. Sharpie, do you want to go first on this one?
I don't know really what to say. I think I've probably got him over. Yeah.
Do you think Porzingis will have a bounce back year, or do you think he just needs to leave?
He just needs to leave. I don't know. It's just they're two different play. They just don't have the chemistry anymore.
Nah. Luka's too ball dominant.
Yeah. As much as I love him,
yeah.
I'm happy that Reggie. I'm happy that Reggie's there.
Oh, I forgot that.
It's going to be interesting to see Reggie Bullock. They're a bit disappointed that the Knicks didn't re-sign him. Great perimeter defender, can also space the floor as well. So it's going to be the Aussie man, Josh Green. See how he plays there. Hopefully he has a better
minutes.
Yeah, if he gets. I was disappointed last year. He didn't get as many minutes. Yeah, he played really well at Arizona, so I thought he could have got some more minutes.
I saw something interesting today. They were talking about like what to do with Kyrie if he doesn't play and what trade value that he might have. And they were talking about a possible like Kyrie for KP type of trade. Imagine KP on the Nets. That would be ridiculous. But I don't see Kyrie fitting with Doncic.
Who's going to want to take Kyrie if he's not going to be playing?
Yeah, exactly.
That's the thing. No one's going to want him.
Pretty much like having Ben Simmons on your team. You're just going
to
have a guy there that's not going to be there.
And I reckon Kyrie's kind of leaning on KD's power at the team to just keep him.
I think it's also different. I don't know what the rules are like in Dallas, because the reason why he's not playing in New York is because New York have a rule where like every person has to be vaccinated to do something or whatever. It's like that.
Only New York, Toronto, and there's one other place Kyrie can't play. I can't remember the third place, but
wasn't LA, was it?
No,
it wasn't LA. It was a single state team.
Doesn't he have to like? Wasn't there talks of how the Nets were going to have to like move their training
Out of
somewhere
city.
else to be a.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
And they start
for one player.
They start the season off with a 6-game homestand.
Let him go play for Long Island Nets in the G League. Let him go play there.
Yeah.
Get
into the Shep Gators.
There's going to have to be someone else there that can play that role of Kyrie's role. And it's probably someone in the G League.
Good, but
Isaiah Thomas, he's free. Isaiah Thomas. You're telling me he can't make it into that team when they've got Harden, KD, and all that stuff?
Yeah, I don't know. I think
it's interesting.
Yeah.
But, I think the interesting thing with Dallas is, though, back to them, is that how I don't know if Luka is going to be able to play with another star.
It is interesting. That's what I kind of see with in a way, like all the trades with Simmons linked to even Pacers. What I see there is like, how do you pair Simmons and Sabonis? I mean, Simmons can't shoot, but he wants to have the ball in his
star.
Simmons wants to have the ball, but he can't shoot, and then he needs the lane open.
He's
and he needs to drive into it. But
Pad Statty, you mean, Liam?
Yeah, he's also Randall's son. So.
But no, I feel bad because obviously I love Doncic, but he's so ball dominant, and he needs to. It's not really Porzingis' fault, but I think what I've heard is Jason Kidd's trying to get Porzingis to play out of the post more. Whether that will frustrate Doncic, it probably will. But,
he's just got to get over it. Like, fuck. You could see in the playoffs, it didn't work.
Yeah.
It did not work. Like, I was watching a couple of their games, like, it didn't work. If he wasn't making his shots and like being an MVP, they weren't winning.
Did you see how slim he was this year compared to last year?
Yeah.
Jesus.
What's that going to do?
Yeah, true. I'm surprised they don't honestly play Boban. Like, he's 7 foot, however tall, and he can shoot the 3-ball at a half.
He ain't going to run 30. He ain't going to run for 30 minutes. So that's
I get 30 minutes, but like he doesn't even get like.
He takes half the steps that everybody else does, though.
Yeah, he doesn't get 15 or 20 minutes.
They've got someone tall in Moses Brown, so.
Oh, yeah, I get that now, but like, why have 3 7+ footers? Like, surely you'd move one on. And I think they're keeping Bobby just to keep Doncic happy, probably, or just because he's a cult figure at the club, but at the team. But
no, they do need to get Porzingis involved more. That's for sure, though.
48.5. What are we saying?
Under.
I reckon under, just because of the new coach.
Yeah, that'll obviously take a bit of getting used to as well. But Jason Kidd's been around long enough. He'll be good for Luka. So I think it'll work. It'll just take time.
Making the Bucks train on Christmas Day and everyone getting annoyed at him. That was quite interesting, that whole story about him. 6th seed, Portland, team I hate the most. 42-30.
How do you hate Portland?
I don't like Damian Lillard. And no, it's not because of the wave goodbye. It's not. It's just I don't like him. Anyway, 42-30, and the over under is 44.5. Now they've added Code Z, obviously, the main man,
over,
and Larry Nance Jr.
Larry Nance go to Portland, did he?
Yeah, from the Cavs. So
who did he get traded for?
I honestly don't know. I can't remember. Probably got it here somewhere.
Don't think it's big news or anything.
I honestly don't know who he got traded for, but yeah. So what are your thoughts on Portland? Because I don't really like them.
I like them. I just wish they were better. Because I love Damon. I'd love to see him go deep in the playoffs just to see what he can do. Like I think he's the most clutch player in the league. I know that might hurt Ollie, but he seriously is though. Like
some of the shots. Well, that game against Denver last year when it went to double overtime, that was
it pretty much was just carrying them himself. But Nurkic was back for that series, wasn't he?
he was
Or was he
injured.
still out?
Oh no, he was in that series, but he was just getting dominated by Jokic, and I think he was getting in foul trouble. So
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, they need that third player just to help him and McCollum out. And yeah, I still can't see him. They'll make it, but
yeah, Zach Collins was injured. Is that his name? He was pretty good for him a couple of seasons ago.
Didn't he go to Spurs?
Oh, did he? Oh, I just remember he was injured all last season, or nearly all of last season, and he was a pretty big miss. But
yeah,
do you think if they get off to
a poor start? That's
I did see that.
He's gotten better.
He's a bit of a traveler though now.
He is, definitely is. Dennis Smith.
I think Dennis Smith's on a practice contract. I don't think he's completely.
Oh my God,
I don't think he's.
Isn't he on a fall from grace?
Yeah.
And the great man, the Bradley McCullough, Tony Snell.
Tony Snell.
Tony Snell.
Maybe Code Z will take Nurkic's spot.
Yeah, no, I doubt it. And they got Quinn Cook too, Sharpie, the man.
Yeah, he's also on a practice contract. He's doggies.
Do you think if they get off to a poor start, do you reckon they make a trade for Simmons with McCollum? Or I don't think the Sixers want McCollum. I think they want more.
I just want to see Norman Powell do well for them. That's all.
I reckon CJ be a good fit at Philly.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about that, but I think Simmons would be a good fit at Portland with Lillard, but it's just whether you give up possession of the ball.
Yeah, because it's probably been on the defensive end that Portland have struggled the most. They've always been able to score enough points, but But the thing is, it's either Lillard or CJ, or like CJ with picks or another player. But I don't know. Do you give up CJ McCollum for Ben Simmons?
I would every day of the week. If you're Portland and you can get that done. If it was a straight swap, no doubt. But it depends what else you got to include.
It's unfair to CJ.
CJ's 30.
Yeah.
CJ's
just a
Dame's
bit
31 now.
Dame's going to the Knicks in a couple of years anyway, so it doesn't matter.
All right, bye.
But I don't know. I think they'll. Who's their new coach? They got a new coach because they fired
Terry Stotts.
Yeah, the big Chauncey Billups.
Oh, it is Chauncey.
Ooh, that'll be interesting.
Yeah,
that'll be interesting. So he's got a good basketball mind, so that'll be interesting to see how that goes.
So with 2 more games, they're expected to get 2.5 more wins. Are we going over or under?
I think under.
Under.
Yeah, I'm going under. All right, Lakers. This is going to be a big one. 42-30 last year. Pretty irrelevant because they're over under this
very
year.
Irrelevant.
53.5. So this is the same as Utah's.
They've got to be over.
You would think.
Have to be. Yeah.
It's just going to be relying on whether AD can stay healthy though. Like that's. I know Westbrook, and he's a great player, but there's going to be some games where he's going to go missing drastically. I think every player has that thing. So like LeBron, he's not the same guy anymore, but he's still got that great passing ability and IQ and everything. So and I think Melo was a great pickup for them. Would have been. I hope he does win a title.
Yeah. They've got some good. They've got pieces.
They cleared out all the crap with Kuzma, KCP, Caruso, and all that. And they brought in some good vets. They brought in some great young talent as well with Monk and Austin Reeves. Who's that?
Kendrick Nunn.
They bring in Kendrick Nunn? Yeah, he's
Malik Monk.
Malik Monk's there. Yeah. Horton Tucker's still there. They've got Wayne Huntington.
Don't bring up Horton Tucker, jeez. He's trash. Well, I think as much as I hate to say it, I think Caruso actually might be a bit of a loss for that team because
I reckon he'll go really well at Chicago.
I think him in the second unit at Chicago, obviously he's probably going to be one of the bigger defenders on the team. But I think obviously Frank Vogel's a defensive coach. whether Lakers can still, I think they were number 1 last year or number 2 in defense, whether they can actually do that without much defenders. I mean, do they have enough shooters around LeBron and Westbrook?
Well, I brought in Bazemore. Trevor Ariza is there too.
Ariza is going to be out for 8 weeks as well with an ankle injury.
Yeah. Was that today that came out?
Yep.
Yeah.
And
didn't the Lakers just waive someone as well?
In terms of spot-up shooters, they probably don't, to be honest.
Yeah. I think AD is going to take 5 threes a game or 4 threes a game at least, nearly.
But they're going to be wanting to put him at center as well.
Yeah. Well,
which is worrying because can he go up against the other centers and embody them? He's got a very fragile knees and stuff. So,
well, he was getting dominated by Jokic they switched him on. They didn't deliberately switch him on, but I remember when they versed Lakers in the bubble, Dwight Howard was defending Jokic most of the time, and when Dwight wasn't on him, it was JaVale McGee. And then a couple of times AD go on him, and AD is a good defensive player, but I think he's kind of, I wouldn't say he's a help defender, but in a way he is. Like, he's come off his man and contest the guard at the rim or something. He's not one-on-one a great post defender, in my opinion. But I don't know.
No, you have to agree with that. But it looks like he's put on a bit of size, which will be interesting.
He looks huge. But it'll
be interesting.
How's that going to be, though? He's got an ankle injury or whatever, and now he's carrying more weight.
I mean, but I don't think they've got enough spot-up shooting.
Just looking at it now,
they don't.
Wayne Ellington and all that stuff.
He's probably their best shooter, Wayne Ellington.
Yeah.
You would say.
And he's a good shooter as well. He was he's been in the 3-point contest a couple of times.
You've got Westbrook, AD, and LeBron, and what? You're going to say at least all 3 of them are probably
going to
get... Oh, true. You got Rondo. But like those 3, they're probably going to take at least 14 shots each game, you would say, at least.
Yeah. They're going to get enough shots, but it's just whether they're going to be able to get on enough of a run to...
You got some great role players there as well.
Yeah. But no, it's going to be interesting.
Are we all saying over 53.5?
Yeah, just.
I think just. I think they'll have the best record. Or actually, no, I'm going to go to the second best record. I'll get to that after. Sharpie, over or under?
Under. Just.
Ooh. All right. Well, we'll go to everyone's favorite time of the week.
Slugs. Horsey tits.
Had a bit of an interruption there, but we'll continue through. So race 10, number 5 at Caulfield, Delphi. Race 5, number 4 at Caulfield, September Run. I nearly said the wrong word there. And his each-way of the day is race 4, number 4 at Caulfield, Robadera.
I just want to put a tip out there myself for Caulfield. Race 1, Brereton, number 1.
Jordan Brereton, the NFL specialist.
Yep.
Correct. I had a tip today in race 6 at Albury, and it didn't do anything.
Yeah, we can blame Slug for that as well.
I think it's still running. It's still somewhere in Albury. It's probably gone to the pub or something.
The big steal.
Just
doesn't
stop running.
It had 67 kilograms on its back. So,
what was Slug on the back of it?
Yep, he was. We'll go to our next team. It's the Grizzlies. So 38 and 34 last year, and the over-under is 41.5. Now, obviously, they got Jaren Jackson Jr. back from injury, and they've got Steven Adams, who tore up the Hornets today. I think he had like 15 and 16 or something in like 20 minutes.
Many rebs.
So, I mean, where do we... I don't really fancy Memphis. I just don't watch them at all. So,
yeah, I'm the same. They're not really a team that strikes me to watch. But they're going to be exciting, obviously, with if Jaren Jackson stays healthy and Ja Morant's obviously going to be a star. But God, I'm looking at their team now, and half of these players I don't even know who the hell they are.
Desmond Bain, Kyle Anderson. Kyle Anderson's not too bad.
Desmond Bain's a sniper. He can shoot the ball really well. Obviously got
that last name.
What are you talking about?
Yeah,
That was
great impression.
cringe. That's cringe. Obviously, like Isaiah Williams as well. He's a great defender, so I like to look at that. Maybe have that as a rotation with Jar as a starting lineup. So with Jar, Zaire, and Jaron Jackson, maybe.
Jesus Christ, Isaiah Williams is 203 centimeters,
Yeah, he's tall.
84 kilos. Man's a stick.
Not very thick.
Man is a stick.
Wingspan.
Oh, that'd be like just thicker than Frizy.
Pause.
Moving on.
Fun fact about the Grizzlies, actually, they've got no players that are 30 years old or 30 or over. They've got no players at all.
Very young.
They're a very young team. I think the average age is probably 24 there. So, yeah, they do have a future there.
1994, 93. So that's 28.
I think Kyle Anderson's probably their oldest player, maybe.
Yeah, and Steven Adams. 28 is the eldest. Jesus. That's
a very young. It's about keeping them though.
A lot of them are probably entering their prime this year as well.
Yeah.
Correct.
I'd like to see Triple J step up this year. Obviously coming back off
J.
He's currently the favorite for that most improved. So
is he?
Yeah. Well, he
Fair
was. It's been changed
Fair
between
shout.
him and Porter Jr. So.
Oh God.
He had a good game. He had a good game today. 16.7 boards.
Yeah. So I think it'll be interesting. I won't watch the Grizzlies. I only liked them when they had Tony Allen, who's just been pulled up for fraud.
Dude, what was up with all that?
Yeah, that's
wow.
That's prison time.
Big
for them,
baby Davis
and Jamario Moon and Tony Broughton.
Oh, who was the
huge names?
There was some point guard that he had a weird name, and I always Sebastian Telfair. What a legend he was. I mean,
who's that OKC player that got pulled up for?
There's a market for Ben Simmons' next team.
Who's the favorite
on Sportsbet?
Yeah, Minnesota is the favorite.
What Pacers paying? Because I reckon
450, they're second, and then it's Houston, Denver, Sacramento.
If they want a deal out of it, it's got to be Malcolm Brogdon, Karis LeVert. I think that's probably a fair deal.
So Michael Porter Jr. is paying $10, Kevin Porter Jr. 12, Ja Morant 13.
Jeez.
Okay. Jaron Jackson's paying $21. Where are you getting your information from?
This was like a week ago. Jesus.
Jeez.
What about
Dejounte Murray? Colin Sexton, Sharpie. Paying $15. I'm going to put $10 on him just for the lols.
It's all about Pokachevsky at $81. I've already got money on it.
What about Giannis? Can he be in the most improved again?
Probably. Probably average of 40 points.
SGA $21. Zion $23. Ben Simmons $31.
I did see that.
Is this actually a joke?
It's
Kyle
ridiculous.
Kuzma, that's $36. That's way too low.
That's giving them money.
He's literally paying the same amount as RJ Barrett and Lonzo.
Here we go, Sharpie. Not happy.
I'm going off sports bet. That's actually putrid.
All right, so Grizzlies 41.5 over or under? Under, Sharpie?
Under.
Yeah, I think we're all
too
under.
young. Too young.
We'll have a quick break and we'll be back. And we're back. So we'll take off from where we left off. Geez, that was a bit of a tongue twister for me.
You did well there, considering your English is really, really good.
Last year, the Warriors finished 9th with 39 and 33, and their over under this year is 47.5. So
over.
I think
they're back.
I think they're going to be the number 1 seed this year. Just putting it out there.
Wow.
I think if they're not the number 1 seed, I think they're
you.
still finishing above the Lakers. The way Curry was playing at the end of last year was just
look at Curry, man.
Just unbelievable. And I don't like Curry. Well, I mean,
you like anyone?
Yeah.
I say I don't like him. I like watching him, but I don't like him because he beat OKC too many times.
Yeah,
Who hasn't?
that's a you problem.
All right, so who wants to go first on this one?
Can I remind you that the Heat beat OKC in the finals in, what was that, 2012, 2013?
Yeah, that doesn't count. You had a Mickey Mouse player playing for you.
After this Mickey Mouse garbage, the Mickey Mouse thing didn't even exist then. Just stop.
Yeah, yeah. Him and A.
Just stop.
Him
Mickey
and A
Mouse has been
Disney.
around for ages.
Yeah,
Shut
what do you
up. I
mean?
knew as soon as I said that to reword it to make sure. Shut up. Put your mask on properly.
He's just not cultured, Sharpie.
Yeah, he's not good.
Now, one thing, obviously, they drafted Moody and Kuminga. This might be a big statement. I think Kuminga's going to play probably more G League most of the season, more than he'll play in the NBA. And I think Moses Moody will play in the NBA more than Kuminga. Personal thoughts. If anyone has
That's a terrible take.
Yeah, well, I knew someone was going to disagree with me.
That's a terrible take.
You can come back.
Kuminga's going to be coming off the bench or probably starting some games.
You can come back to me. They got Wiggins, remember?
I want Iguodala.
Yeah, well, they also
And
got Otto
Iggy.
Porter Jr., but that doesn't mean.
And Iggy, yeah. I think they will want him to. I think they'll send him to the G League just because they'll want him. I think he might come back for the playoffs, but
I don't think you pick a guy at 7th and then send him to the G League, though. That's the thing.
He's in the Warriors, though. Like, that's. I don't know. It
So is
depends.
Kevon Looney, and he's still playing for him.
They got Bielitsa as well.
Yeah, he's good. I do like him. Obviously from the Heat. He was from
Yeah,
the Heat last year. wasn't he?
All those players like Mulder, Gary Payton II, and maybe JTA,
The
they're not going to
glove.
they're not going to be getting many minutes this year, especially with Kuminga and Moody and that.
Yeah.
I think Moody just better
What's it going
fits
to
the
be?
team. Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, Wiseman. Maybe. I don't know if they start Wiseman. I don't know if they like Wiseman, to be honest. I think they've been trying to trade him the whole time they've had him.
Be very wise, man, to start him.
Oh, boy.
That's the end of the podcast, everyone. Thank you
Yeah.
for joining.
Goodbye. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back next week.
That's a second cringe thing you've done this week.
Yep. Oh, maybe I should make that my thing. Just do something stupid and cringe.
Yeah. Next segment.
Well, true. So
Sharpies. Cringy lines.
Oh my god. I think Curry's up there for MVP this year if he continues on for what he did last year.
It would have been close last year if the Joker didn't have a unbelievable season.
Obviously, we'll go in more depth probably next week, but I think it just depends when Clay gets back and how healthy that Clay is. But 47 and a half, I think that's pretty low for them.
Yeah.
Like
I do too. 100%. They'll be over 50.
Yeah. I mean,
I reckon they'll be like they've got Jordan Bell,
Paul, who's been playing
Steph,
well.
Draymond, Clay, all from that team that was like absolute like God squad back in the day.
Oh,
And Bell's just come back to the Warriors as
yeah,
well.
no. Yeah, literally. But like they all know like what the Warriors are all about. And yeah, I think and Damian Lee, even like he's a good backup. Like he played some good minutes last year for him. Yeah, I think they're going to be good. Otto Porter's obviously a good player too.
Paul dropped 30
for
in
God's sake, Wiggins has got to do something.
He didn't play terrible last year.
I think he just got his first dose of the vaccination as well.
Yeah, that's actually.
Well, hopefully they put some steroids or something in it, and
he wasn't too bad defensively. I don't feel last year, but I think
just shooting wise,
he needs consistency.
Shooting wise is trash.
Yeah.
I think
shooting-wise
Stephen A. Smith last year said he wouldn't trade him for a box of cookies.
Let's not talk about that bloke.
Yeah,
let's not talk about that.
Stephen A. is a grub.
He's becoming an actor more than a bloody sport analyst.
Did you see he was reviewing a TikTok video
he's a joke
on his TV show?
Yeah, he's just clickbait now. That's all he is, just clickbait.
He's fallen off
Let's stop talking about him right
Max
now.
Kellerman left him.
Yeah.
So are we all saying over 47 and a half?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
All right. So
I'm probably like you. I probably got them finishing first as well. So
like they're two and zip. It's only preseason, but in those couple of games, they're fourth in points, third in assists.
It's all about Jordan Poole's 30 points in 3 quarters. That was ridiculous. But everyone's new favorite team as an Australian is the Spurs, 33 and 39.
I thought you were going to say OKC then.
No, we're a bit lower down.
Going to do it already. My goodness.
Bit lower down. So 33 and 39 last year. This year, the over-under's 29.5. Obviously, they lost LA and DeMar DeRozan, and they gained Jock Landale, the beast.
The man.
They also lost Paddy.
They did lose Paddy. Okay, so I forgot the other Aussie. That's
an Aussie for an Aussie.
I just don't think they're enjoyable to watch, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pop just finds a way to win 30 games.
What was their over-under?
29.5.
Oh.
I mean, they've still got DeJounte Murray and Derek White, which aren't. I like Murray, but
Derek White's also good.
Yeah, I think, and Jakob Poeltl's not terrible. I mean, they've just got a bunch of okay players. They haven't got that one.
Yeah, literally
good player.
Literally,
it's
you look at their roster and you're just like, what are they actually trying to do?
It's going to be a system team, and it's about whether Pop's system's actually going to win them enough games.
Yeah, it's just like, what are they actually trying to achieve here?
I think in a tough Western Conference, they're going under just. That's a low number for them.
God, I'm like 3 months older than Jock Landale.
How do you feel?
Wow. Yeah, I feel really good. He's over in America playing for the Spurs, and I'm stuck here on this podcast with you two.
Yeah, exactly. You got the better of it.
You think I'm having a good time too?
All right, so we're all going under, are we?
Correct.
Yeah, under.
All right. Now 11, the Pelicans, 31 and 41. The over-under is 38.5. Obviously got the new coach. I forgot his name. Anyway, they got Devontae Graham and Jonas Valanciunas, or Jonas, and Zion's coming off foot surgery or something in the off season, and he's looking mighty huge.
Willie Green,
that's it. Bit bigger. So who wants to go first on this one? Because who likes the Pelicans?
I don't know.
What was that?
Does anyone like the Pelicans?
I mean, I like to watch Zion play, but I don't like them.
Without Zion, that's a very boring team.
I don't mind Devontae Graham.
Obviously Ingram and stuff, but like
I can't stand Ingram. He's
a good player.
He's inconsistent. Like he can have his game where he looks so smooth and silky with his shot, and then the next game he'll go 2 for 14 and.
Yeah, but he's doing it less often now, though.
Yeah,
he's doing that less
compared
often.
to Lake. I feel like I understand that Lakers he got thrown under the bus because he was like the only player because Julius Randle was doing nothing
at that time, and now they've both become stars.
Oh, I wouldn't call Ingram a star just yet.
He's close.
He's close. He's not Julius Randle star, which is the only time you'll ever hear me compliment Randle.
Torched your favorite player yesterday, the day before.
It's the bonus, yeah. So 38.5. What are we saying? Over or under?
It's going to depend on if Zion can shed 20 kegs. I know that's rich coming from me.
You've lost Lonzo too.
No, I ain't in any position to talk about weight, so I'll probably just go. I'll probably just go just over, maybe.
Yeah, just. Yeah.
I'm going.
I'm talking a game or two.
Now I've put this next team. I've just put in my notes. I'm not talking about them. So the Kings, 31 and 41 last year, and the over unders 35.5. Now Sharpie, you like somewhat of the Kings, so I'll let you go first.
Everyone but De'Aaron Fox, I like.
So he's their main player, isn't he?
No, personally, I hate De'Aaron Fox. What he said last year when he was bagging out the Knicks. So screw him on that. They got great defenders at the guard spot. Obviously, one being De'Aaron Fox and Davion Mitchell, who just got drafted. I like the look of him in summer league, and obviously yesterday against the Clippers, he he guided Paul George really well. So no, it's going to be interesting there.
And the great Marvin Bagley.
Yeah.
He's gonna
he got
leave, surely.
he got bloody torched the other day as well.
I only really
Who
like
would've thought?
Halliburton.
I was going to say Halliburton's an absolute gun.
Yeah.
I reckon he's going to be a star.
He was one of those surprise players that came out.
Mm-hmm.
If you're the Kings
Yeah.
and you trade De'Aaron Fox and say another player or a pick for Simmons, are you winning? Do you think you're winning that trade? Or because I mean, obviously, I think Simmons is a lot better player than Fox is, but
You're sort of getting the same player. Like
I
Fox
reckon
can
De'Aaron
shoot
Fox
the ball.
has probably got. Yeah, I think De'Aaron Fox has maybe got more upside. I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like he's got more areas to improve.
Mm.
And I know, and he probably can improve. Whereas Simmons, you know where he's got to improve, but can he improve in that?
yeah, I think it's just that Simmons is elite at what he does, whereas Fox is good at what he does. Obviously, he can become elite, but I think maybe
Fox only shot 32% from 3 last year.
I think if
He's
they
good.
could get that trade, I'd take it. Obviously, I'm not a Kings fan, but I'd take Simmons. But it's depending on whether Simmons will stay there after his 4 years. Like he obviously contracted there, but
be interesting.
35 and a half. 35 and a half. What are we saying?
That'll be under.
I'm going under too.
Under.
Yep.
That'll be under that.
See you in the lottery.
Oh, yeah. My team won't be there, but we'll get there. 13th. So the Wolves, 23 and 49 last year, and their over-under is 33 and a half. Obviously, I don't think they had many minutes with their full starting team with Edwards, Russell, and Karl Anthony Towns. Healthy Cat, and he looks shredded. Do we think they're going to be that good?
I think they'll be around about that. They picked up my most hated player on the planet in Pat Bev.
He's already got a technical.
He's one of the. I don't like him. He's one of those players though that you love to be playing with, but you hate to be playing against.
Yeah.
He's like a Stephen Ballantyne.
Yeah, true.
So he'll help them out defensively, even though I don't think he's actually that great. It's just that he hypes himself up that much that everyone just thinks he is.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he'll definitely help. Like he obviously loves to win. He's competitive as shit. Anthony Edwards is just going to get better. But yeah, it's just whether I think D'Lo's the biggest one out of that.
Yeah.
If he can take another step and sort of be that Brooklyn player that he was, or even better, then that's that'll be huge. I think was he injured for a lot of the year last year, or
I think he was because I was going to say because I didn't hear a thing about him, so I'd like to hope he was injured. Otherwise, it's a bit of a worry. I think he came back after All-Star break because it was him, Edwards, and Cat didn't get much time together at all on the court. So
literally.
But when they were, were number one in offense for that short period of time.
Yeah, I'll go over.
I'm going to go over too.
I'm going to go over. I think with Cat and D'Lo, both 25. This is probably
we're going to go under. I thought I was going to actually.
I think with Cat and D'Lo potentially hitting their primes this year, both 25. You know, and obviously Anthony Edwards is a star in the making. He's going to be an all-star in the next couple of years, probably, maybe even this year. Who knows, depending on how he goes. But I'm going to have him over as well.
It's another team in the Simmons sweepstakes as well. Obviously, is
Lachie favorite at the minute.
It's just that they have those three players. No. They have those three players and then just nothing else.
Yeah.
That's about it. Like you could say
Culver.
Maybe Culver. Malik Beasley also. He's all right.
But if you get rid of one of those three for Ben Simmons, to me that's
Karl Anthony Towns has the best. I think Karl Anthony Towns has hit the most threes ever for a big man already. So obviously he can shoot the three, but I think he was even linked with a trade to OKC at one point in the offseason. Obviously,
I did see something.
It wasn't like heavily linked, but I mean,
you can't.
I don't see why they would do that.
Ben Simmons should just retire. Put it out there, just retire.
Yep, him and Kyrie.
Well, I love how we've just linked every team back to Ben Simmons.
Yep.
Every time we talk about,
he's going to get fined for like 370K
I think
for
didn't
each.
didn't he get fined today or something?
Game.
Yeah, he got fined.
I've seen a thing that he's like
370
reconsidering because he's going to get 370 for fucking.
That's
like
the thing though.
Or something.
That's the thing though. If he does get traded, that those fines go to the team that are paying him, and it's more than likely that team's just going to give him the money because they don't want to have an upset star. So I mean,
he's going to be upset wherever he goes if it's not in LA.
He's just going to be upset wherever he is.
Lakers and Clippers aren't getting him, I don't think.
Grow up.
Yeah. Now on to the best team in the NBA. With the best.
Spoke about the Knicks last week.
14th. So OKC came 14th with 22 and 50.
Under.
They're going to stay there.
We started tanking the second half of last year, obviously resting Horford and that.
Didn't know the second half of last year was the second game.
So the over-under, okay, you're saying under, but the over-under...
Because the season isn't halfway through the year.
The over-under is 22 and a half.
What are their lottery odds?
I don't know. I wouldn't have a clue. So obviously, I don't know if you've watched the game the other day. Josh Giddey looked unreal.
Because a rookie, preseason game.
I think he's going to be... He had LaMelo on him, and he had Kelly Oubre, who's a pretty good defender, guarding him nearly the whole time he was on the court. I think he's going to be really good. It's SGA whether he can step up and be an all-star. I reckon he'd be on the fringe of the all-star team, possibly. It's just
they've got pieces, and then it's like there, and then it just.
I think what they're trying to do
falls
though,
off a cliff,
because we're probably going to be in the lottery next year with, say, Cleveland, and OKC need a big man out of the lottery, and Cleveland's obviously not going to go for a big man. So
Speaking
I think
of Cleveland, how about Josh Allen getting absolutely posted
Jarrett
yesterday? Sorry, Jared Allen. Yeah, sorry. Who did I say? Josh Allen.
Yeah, Josh Allen, the quarterback for the Bills.
Yeah.
But I think
absolutely posted.
I think Giddey will win Rookie of the Year just because he'll get heaps of the ball and a lot of time and a lot of minutes. Obviously, people don't want to probably talk about OKC because we're down in the dumpsters. But
no, Poku he'll rise up. He'll be a gun.
Yeah, he just needs to have confidence. He's such a weird person that. I mean, I'm still going to watch every game because it's unlike last year. There's actually people.
Of course you will. You watch the first half of every game.
I was considering not watching this last quarter. I actually didn't watch the last 6 minutes of the game the other day because they were playing they weren't even playing some of our like 56 picks and all that. So I mean,
I stopped watching the Knicks game to make lunch after half time, and we got out to like a 15. Like it was like 15-0 in the third quarter. So I thought maybe me not watching the game might actually help.
So I think obviously OKC are going to be in the lottery, but 22 and a half, do you think they're going to go under that? Because that's a pretty low.
That's low.
That's a very, and surely I checked it. It was $1.87 each way. So it was 50, it was right on 50-50.
I'll give them 23.
I think that
I'll be generous and give them 25. There you go.
Yeah, I think I would just go over as well. And so we have the lowest over under in the Western Conference, obviously, and I think we might even have the lowest over under in Orlando does by one game. The final team, the Rockets, last year 17 and 55. This year the over under is 25.5. So obviously they got Şengün. They've got a good roster.
Than you.
They got a really good roster.
They got a 3-game high over under. I like their roster. They got DJ Augustine, obviously, the GOAT.
What a Dante Exum.
Yeah. He did get picked up, didn't he? But I think Christian Wood, if he's healthy the whole year. Kevin
Zico Doumbouya.
No, he got released.
They're going to waive him.
I don't know what the hell the go is with him.
What to go with that? I like Doumbouya.
That's stiff as.
No team.
Mans was excited 2 days ago, like, thinking he's going to go well in Brooklyn. I reckon off the bench, it's going to be good at. Good as trade to Houston. No, was it trade to? Yeah, now he's gone.
Yeah, they've actually got a decent roster.
I
Tice
think
has gone there too.
yeah,
Knicks need a small forward. Demboya, I would like that better than Kevin Knox.
like
Just
they
saying.
got rotations at the big man spot. Wood, Tice,
They've got
Sengun,
rotations everywhere.
and then they got Kevin Porter Jr., Jalen
He
Green,
can play at the 3.
Daniel House, who is okay. He's an okay player for that team. I mean, I think they'll, unless they're going to tank, which I don't see. I guess I can see why they would because they've got a fair few picks, but
Got a lot of picks in the draft this year as well.
Yeah. Reverting back. Okay, so you have 3 first-round picks next year. So just
of course they do.
Put that out there.
First-round picks of fucking for the next 5 years.
I think the Rockets are going to go over. I think they're going. I think
looking at this now, I do.
I think they'll.
It's going to be a very weird bottom for like the bottom half of the.
I reckon they're going to battle
Conference.
with Spurs and Kings, to be honest, for that bottom 2 and 3 spot, because obviously OKC is probably going to finish last, so we can get that pick. But it's not about wins and losses for us. 25.5. We saying over?
Yeah. Over.
All right. It's getting pretty late, so I'll let you guys go. I haven't even had dinner yet, so thanks for joining us, Lachie.
No worries at all, my friend. Good to see you both again.
Thank you, Sharpie. Maybe one day you'll put the mask on the right way. Oh, he's tempting a face reveal. And
I think I showed my left eye before. So.
And before Sharpie can do what he did last week, I'm just going to say goodbye. So thank you and bye.